It is the time of year. We're just over halfway done. And it's the time of year that I really start thinking about what we're going to do next year. My oldest is going to be in high school, which is really scary. I have my middle daughter who's going to be, she's 5th grade, but not quite. I don't know. She's kind of 4th and 5th. And checking on the kids. My little guy is going to be starting kindergarten. So I'm really excited about that. And he's excited too. He does like doing schoolwork some days not. But I think by the time we start school, which is usually in July sometime, he'll be ready to do some more sit-down work. But even then, it's maybe like a half hour and then he's done and he gets to play for the rest of the day and we play games and stuff like that. So anyway, one of the things that I see new homeschoolers ask the most, or just, I guess, not even just new homeschoolers, because even us who've been doing this for a very long time, I've been doing this since the beginning. So 9 years, we'll be going into our 10th year, I guess. It's a long time. So someone like me, I still have to research every year, especially for like my oldest. So the younger two are easier because I've used other curriculums and I know this is how this curriculum is. It worked for my oldest. I know it won't work for my other kids, or I know it will absolutely work. And so we have a little bit of a reference, but with the oldest child, it's still a whole new territory. And so for me, I'm still researching and reading and watching YouTube videos and all of that stuff. So what I wanted to do for you guys is kind of walk you through that process for me. I do get a lot of questions from new homeschoolers or homeschoolers that just have younger kids than I do, and know that I've been doing this longer and just want some advice. They always want to know, well, what curriculum do you use? Where do you buy it? And things like that. So, and I know a lot of new homeschoolers always are asking, sometimes it's a very general question, what curriculum do I use? And there's so much out there, so I'll kind of walk you through my process of narrowing it down and how I do that and how I go about researching curriculum. So I'm going to walk you through my process. We're pretty much set for math for next year. I have looked into some other ones, but I think we're going to be using Jacob's Algebra, which we're going to purchase through Master Books, and just can kind of continue on with that. Their Principles of Mathematics, which is kind of like their pre-algebra, is basically really sets you up to move into Jacob's Algebra. So we're going to be doing that for sure. I think I'm still open to looking at other algebra programs. So everything else is kind of up in the air. I just mentioned in the library hall that I just did that she wants to do like a mythology class. So we're going to do that as like an elective. I'm researching that. I will also be researching history and science. We're probably going to use Master Books for history, but do it a bit different. I don't know if I'm going to order she's going to be doing American history, but I don't know if I'm going to do their high school American history, or if I'm going to use they have an elementary, like upper elementary American history, which I'm using for my middle daughter right now. She's just finishing up the first book, and there's a series of 3 books, and the author has put out a schedule to be able to use the 3 books for a high school course. So instead of doing it over 3 years, use all 3 books in 1 year to do it as a high school credit. So I'm looking at possibly doing that because I want to continue that with my middle daughter anyway. So instead of buying 2 separate curriculums, I can just buy one and use it for both of them. I think. I don't know. So in science, I don't know. We've always just done unit studies and done it all together as a group, but I feel like high school is like a whole nother thing. So I may get her, I think we want to do like an earth science, but I'm not 100% sure how I want to do that. So I am researching that as well. But I think what I'm going to do is film me looking at, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I don't know, but I'm going to walk you through my process and show you what websites I use and just kind of the steps that I take to find curriculum and to purchase it, where I purchase it from. Okay. So I'll give you a quick brief overview and then I'll go into more details. My first step is always YouTube. I go to YouTube and I search. So for instance, I might search 9th grade homeschool American history. That would be my general search. And then from there, I would watch videos. I may just do a general search, and I have been doing for the last probably year and a half. I'll just randomly go to YouTube and search 9th grade homeschool curriculum and just watch videos of what people are using and to see if I see anything that's like, oh, I really want to see that. But that's where I start. I just do a quick search on YouTube, watch videos, kind of keep a list of anything interesting that I see, things that I think might work for us. I may write it down, or I may just stop the video right there, open up a new window and type it in to search it. But that's always where I start. Then I go to Rainbow Resource. I order 90% of our homeschool stuff from Rainbow Resource. I order anything from Masterbooks, comes directly from Masterbooks because I earn rewards and things like that. And you're guaranteed to get the most up-to-date version of the product. Sorry, I'm checking on the kids. But if you, because you can get them on Amazon and other places, even Rainbow Resource, but you're not guaranteed to get the most up-to-date version. So I always order from Masterbooks, that stuff. But everything else either is Amazon or Rainbow Resource. I used to occasionally order from christianbook.com, which will come up in a minute. And there's a reason I still go to their site, even though I don't normally order from them. There used to be a curriculum, and I want to say it was spelling. I don't know what it was. I had ordered from them one year. It was something that I couldn't get on Rainbow Resource. I had to place an order on their website. I don't remember now. But so I always go to Rainbow Resource. I keep a running wish list. I have 2 separate lists for each school year. I will create a wish list or just change the old one, or change an old one, the title, like the name of it, and you take everything out of it. I'll just have a wish list. Anything I see that I'm interested in, I'll add it to the wish list and come back to it later. And then I have a final wish list. When I've made a decision about something, but I'm not ready to order, I add it to, I think I don't remember what I have it named as, but that's like my final decision list. So because I don't know, sometimes their site, like it doesn't keep stuff in the cart. It used to, and now it doesn't seem to keep stuff in the cart anymore. So that's why I make, like, when I've decided, oh, this is what I'm going to buy, I add it to a second wish list, just so it's all in one spot. Because sometimes I might want to make like a separate order later in the school year. I don't normally I try to order it all at once, but just in case. I'd like to keep that, oh, I'm interested in this list, separate from this is what we're definitely getting or what we need list. So Rainbow Resource, I check out. They're usually my best price. But I do always, again, check Amazon and thrift books as well. If I'm ordering like a book, if it's a book that I'm looking at, not necessarily curriculum, pretty much Rainbow Resource will be where I will get it from if it's not Masterbooks. And then I do use christianbook.com to look at samples. I will go in there and see it. They have usually really good samples. Rainbow Resource does too, but sometimes there's things that they don't have, but christianbook.com will have really good samples, really good inside views. Same Amazon, I'll do the same thing. And then also I'll check YouTube for specific curriculum if I want to see more videos of it or just more of the inside of it. So those are the places that I go, the things that I do. I'm going to show you more details about that. I also use Kathy. I also use a couple other sites that I'll show you. I'm going to do a record my screen and show you how I go through that process. So stay tuned for that. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention before was that I use Kathy Duffy reviews a lot as well. You can find everything on there. They actually do put out a book. It's 102 best products in the homeschool market, but you pretty much pick any subject that you're looking for, and they have everything. I clicked on science. There's general science. It breaks it down into like different topics. It takes it down to grade level resources. It also breaks down so you could do unit studies. There's everything on here, every subject. It's a great resource. I definitely recommend using it. I kind of forgot about it when I was talking before about what my process was. So yeah, there's kits. At the bottom, there's also like websites and other resources and things like that. And one of the things that I do like too is that in the list, you'll see the little apple symbol, and those are like the top picks. So that's really cool. I've gotten the book a couple times from the library. Like our library doesn't have a recent copy, so I haven't gotten it in a while. But it is available. Maybe you could check out your local library if you're interested in that. But I highly recommend this site. It's a great resource for finding pretty much anything you could think of. Another thing that I really like about Kathy Duffy reviews, when you actually do find a curriculum, this is Elemental Science, their classic series. We use their Sassafras Adventures, but this is the classic series. I like that it gives you a lot of information about the curriculum. It gives that targeted grade levels. And when you scroll down at the bottom, it gives you pricing information. It gives you different websites with the prices. So I think it's just a really good comprehensive list of curriculums and things like that. And you'll get a good quick idea of how expensive things are. So then you can sometimes, just based on your budget, you could rule out a curriculum. Like there's been some that I've looked at and it's all $300 at the bottom. I was like, well, that one's out for us. Next step is YouTube. So I will do a general grade level search. So here I put in 9th grade homeschool curriculum choices. I will, you can see that some of these videos have already been watched, and I will just kind of get an overview of whatever other people are using, just different curriculum companies, maybe some I've never heard of, and kind of make a mental list. And then I'll go back and I will put in specific subjects for that grade level and watch more specific videos. It's getting harder and harder with the higher grades. So I will definitely be doing lots of 9th grade curriculum videos if anybody's looking for those, because it's kind of hard to find them. So yeah, YouTube is my next step. So after I've come up with a list of ones that I want to check out further or possibly purchase, I go to Rainbow Resource, and I'm sorry, I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or what it is. This is really, really slow. The website's been really slow, and but I love Rainbow Resource. Here I clicked on the this drawl series, which I've been looking at forever. I really want to get them. But anyway, just to give you a quick look at how the website's set up. This is my go-to for our homeschool curriculum. Prices are great. Of course, you can get things cheaper used, but even novels and things like that, they're very affordable. Usually cheaper than Amazon. I think once or twice I've found something cheaper on Amazon. And compare, like, some of their novel prices, I've found the same price or maybe only like $1 more compared to buying them used on thrift books or something like that. But they have great inside views, and that's one thing I really like about it. I like being able to see inside the curriculum and sample pages and things like that. You can make wish lists on the page. I always keep a running wish list, just a general one, and then I make one for each school year as well. Once I finally made a decision, I kind of add them all to a wish list, and when I'm ready to purchase, I hit add all to cart, and we're good. It's free shipping. I think purchases over $50, which isn't hard to do. They literally have everything, and they're a wonderful company. They have great customer service. It's a great resource for the homeschool community. I hope that was helpful. Sometimes someone could tell you like how they do something or whatever, but sometimes it's easier to see. So that's why I wanted to show you what that looks like, where to click, things like that. So that's kind of my process. And like I said, everything that I get from Masterbooks, I order directly from them. And pretty much everything else comes from Rainbow Resources or Amazon. Most of the time when I'm ordering like novels and stuff for my oldest to do for literature, or, which I'm also looking at literature, whether it's literature or just to go accompany maybe some historical fiction or whatever it is, occasionally Amazon will be a little cheaper than Rainbow Resource. And a lot of times I'll go to look at like thrift books, and it's like Rainbow Resource is like $1 more for the new one. So I'm like, well, then I'll just order the new book. Yeah, so that's it. I hope that was helpful. Like I said, I'm trying to help any new homeschoolers out there, or even just anyone who wants to know how I find my curriculum. Yeah, if you like this type of video, give me a thumbs up. That really helps my channel, and also subscribe if you have not done so. I'm hoping I'm putting out content out there that you guys like and enjoy and find helpful. That's really my goal, is to share our homeschool journey and to help other homeschoolers to maybe give good ideas. I always get some great ideas from other YouTubers I watch, and I hope I can do the same for you. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.